what golf ball do you use in your sim?
So I just use the same balls in the course, Pro V1. That's the other thing I kind of find funny when you see someone hitting balls on YouTube or whatever, and they've got 100 golf balls lying around. I use one golf ball. I've lost like three packets of tees in this room. I don't know where they've gone, like up behind the screen or something. But I'll use one golf ball until it's pretty much done, and that could last me. Bearing in mind I'm hitting hundreds of shots a week, that could last me a month. So and then when it's done, like they don't crack very often. Usually they get scuffed up or whatever. So I'll probably, and then I'll just change it out for another new Pro V1. What I would say is, and yeah, like that's perfect, and everyone's got different scenarios. But I think, and this is true in the golf course, if possible, try and use the same ball because, and I've done some testing. I'm going to do a video sometime, like testing different balls and lake balls and things to see how they perform, driving range ball. But you, especially if you're spending time in your sim, you're going to get to know your yardages pretty well. And if you're then switching out different golf balls with different compressions, and like 5 yards doesn't sound like much, but as we talked about like earlier, 5 yards could be the difference between being next to the hole and being like short-sighted, next to greenside bunker. So if you favor a particular ball, play it in your sim and play it in the course, and you'll just get used to how that ball reacts. They're all quite different in many ways.
I don't use the same golf ball over and over on the course. I'll pull out one that's a little bit of soft feel. I quite
Yeah,
like it, a little bit of
yeah.
control on it and stuff. It might be a Strixon, it might be a Pro V1 that I found, whatever. Callaway Chrome Soft, anything like that. But I don't see the I don't have the consistency in my game. I don't think to hit the same golf ball and get the same amount of spin or get the same sort of fly or whatever. I feel like I probably need to be a little bit more consistent in my game to justify that.
Yeah.
Would you say otherwise for somebody like me?
So
I play off 11.
so you're right in a way, like you don't want to go and spend like 40, 50 pounds a box just to play the same ball. But the only counter argument to that is, so you said something there like you don't strike it consistently enough potentially to get the spin right. If different golf balls spin different amounts and your strike makes a ball spin a different amount, you'll never get used to it because you've got two variables there. So if you have
Yeah,
a ball that reacts exactly the same every time and you're the inconsistent piece, you can work in your own game knowing the ball's doing the same thing. I mean, maybe
yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't make that much difference. I was playing a Bridgestone until, I don't know, 3, 4 months ago, and I loved the Bridgestone, and I played Pro V1 like my whole life before that. I just fancied a change. And I went back to the Pro V1, and it was honestly like going back to an old friend. I was like, I know how to work this golf ball. And as stupid as it sounds, like the Bridgestone, there's a difference. Like, they're both brilliant golf balls, but I've just been so used to one like my whole golfing career that I know how it reacts. And actually, and I suppose you're not going to get this so much in sim. This is more relevant in a golf course, but when you're hitting your chip shots, like some golf balls grab them instantly and some will roll miles. I think that's when it's really important. If you want to improve your short game, you need to know how the ball is going to react,
It makes
in
so
my
much sense,
opinion.
mate. No, it makes so much sense what you just said, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think you've definitely convinced me to keep the consistency
Get
because
those Pro V1s
again,
out in the course.
no, they stay there. I get some cheaper ones. But yeah, it makes absolutely so much sense. Like I say, you've got two variables there. If you've got me who's inconsistent and you've got a golf ball that's inconsistent because you're chopping and changing them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that last point about the short game is massive. Like that is the worst part of my game. I am
Mm-hmm.
chip two putts all the time. I'm chipping to 20 feet, I'm chipping to 15 feet. If you can get that consistent amount of spin on that short game, on your short game, I think it's just going to make a big difference in it. So
Totally.
I'm going to take your advice there, mate, and I'm going to start
Sounds
being a
good.
bit more. I'm going to choose a ball. And I'm going to stick to it.